Those mob fools want you gone so they can get back to the way things were. But I know the truth. There's no going back. You've changed things. Forever.
Then why do you want to kill me?
I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? No. No, you complete me.
You're garbage. You kills for money.
Don't talk like one of them. You're not. Even if you'd like to be.
How's it going, YouTube? Haight here, back at you with another video. Titanfall 2 tech test update. I want to let you guys know my opinions, my thoughts, what I liked about the tech test, what I didn't. First of all, super excited to play. It was so much fun to get a hands-on experience with Titanfall 2. Finally. Overall, I think it was great. There's a couple of qualms I have and a couple of other things I want to mention here in this video. First, let me start off with the things I really liked. The leveling aspect was super cool, especially the leveling of your weapon. It left you with something to gain after every single match. It left you feeling like you accomplished something that was lacking from Titanfall 1. The player visuals were excellent. It was nice to be able to see an outline of enemy player models after you died, to see where they shot you from, even if they were hiding in the replay. That was something that was lacking in Titanfall 1, and I'm really glad to see it make an impact in Titanfall 2. Networks are another thing was introduced into Titanfall 2. Basically, you can team up with your friends, you can throw on a clan tag, it records your wins, your losses, how many members, you have a happy hour time when you can gain more credits. I thought this was an excellent addition to Titanfall 2. Only problem I see with it in the tech test is that it only allows you 10 seconds to ready up. I don't think that's enough time. I think that if your network is small enough that say you have less than 8 players, if everybody readies up, the time will just start automatically. Or 10 seconds should be lengthened to say 15 seconds, maybe 25 seconds. Another thing I noticed about the networks in the tech test is that if another player was in menus and you sent an invite to start a certain game type, it did not notify them. I don't know if this is a bug or if this is the way it's working as intended, but if it's not, it needs to be fixed. They gave us 2 maps in the tech test this weekend. We got Boomtown and we got Homestead. Boomtown, by far my favorite map. It plays so much like Titanfall 1. Lots of rooftops, lots of low ground areas, got lots of trees for cover. It was surrounded by an invisible wall, so you could wall run through those areas. I really like the feel of it. I like the color scheme. I was very happy with the layout. More than I could really ask for. Lots of places to snipe, lots of places to hide, crouch slide. Homestead, a complete opposite, which is nice. Very open map, buildings spread out. Great for a Titan fight. I could see this map working very well in other game types. I think it was very cool to see something a little bit different from what we got in Titanfall 1. You get to see large rocks, large grassy areas, dugout ditches, things like that. Definitely very cool. Very much welcome. A very much welcome aspect to Titanfall 2, which we did not get in Titanfall 1. Another thing we did not get in Titanfall 1 was banners and call signs. That has been introduced into Titanfall 2, and I'm very happy to say it looks great. It's just an addition to the game. There's not much more than that. Maybe we'll get to customize our own call signs and things like that. The HUD looks really good. Very clean, very well put together. I gotta say that my one concern about the minimap is I don't feel like it gives me enough information to let me really know from what I can tell if somebody's above me or if they're below me, what you could see in Titanfall 1. Now, a lot of people are complaining about the TTK, time to kill, and the movement, and I've gotta say I'm with some of you and I'm not with some of you. The time to kill, I think, is directly linked to the movement. The time to kill, I feel, is absolutely fine in its current form. You could kill somebody pretty much just like in Titanfall 1. Now, the reason it seems so fast is you gotta realize the game has been slowed down. Your movement, your walking speed, your sprinting speed is slower. Your wall running speed is slower. Your lack of bunny hop abilities, from what I can tell, is so much slower and hindered. Now, if you can strafe and you're in a circled up gunfight, and you can move a little bit faster, it's going to take a little bit longer to kill you. Without that, you're going to die so fast. But the thing about the time to kill in its current form is you could kill a player, get shot, turn, and kill the player who shot you, if you're good enough, you can get yourself out of these situations where you normally be dead. The bunny hopping, I could not get to work for the life of me the way it did in Titanfall 1. Sometimes it would feel like it worked, other times it wouldn't. I couldn't chain multiple together. The wall running, definitely slower. I gotta say, no offense to you Black Ops players and the wall running in that game, but it felt a lot like that. Too slow and clunky. We're playing Titanfall, we need to speed it back up. The way that it was in Titanfall 1 was absolutely perfect. Why are we slowing the game down? Is it to make it more available to other players who never played Titanfall? Probably, but does that make sense? Not really. We're just creating a skill cap when you're trying to say that, oh, we're lowering the skill ceiling. That doesn't do anything for the game. With putting a cap on things, I feel like you're cutting out so many aspects of the game that so many players loved about Titanfall 1, and that was the speed of it. Slowing things down and dumbing it down doesn't make the game fun for anybody, I don't feel like. Especially when you can get better at something, there's something to strive for there. But when you cap it, then you end it right there. It's like, okay, you can go this fast, and that's about it. And yeah, I'm coming from a Quake standpoint. Like, I've played all the Quakes, and the bunny hopping in there, or strafing, and the air control, and things like that were next to flawless. And when I played Titanfall 1, that was the closest thing to it, and I was so pleased and happy to be playing Titanfall because it had bunny hopping and it had this fast wall run mechanic where you can chain the two together. Now, crouch sliding was introduced. I didn't know how well this would work, and I didn't think that maybe it fit in Titanfall, but I'm pleased to say it worked very well. You can chain that into a wall run or a bunny hop if you can somehow magically get it to work. And I think it's definitely a cool mechanic. It adds more depth to the game, and I'm all about adding more things, more depth, more things to do, more things to get good at. Now, eject does not feel like eject. It feels like you sputter out in the air, very weak eject. You don't shoot that high. In Titanfall 1, you launched out of your Titan. You feel like you were ejecting from an F1. In Titanfall 2, it just feels like you're ejecting at 30 miles an hour and you're just a sitting duck to be shot by anybody with a charge rifle or anybody with a laser shot. Now, I couldn't get the stim eject to work like it did in Titanfall 1. In Titanfall 1, you could stim eject with a circle strafe and you could launch yourself across the map, and it felt like you were flying in a fighter jet. That was the speed, and it made it so much more fun and challenging to goose a player that was ejecting that fast. I think they need to put back the eject the way that it was, because in its current form, it is just whack. Zipline. Ziplines are another thing that we saw in some of the maps, but could not use. Why? This is another mechanic I don't understand. I hope they did not remove a zipline. Ziplines allowed you to thruster up or thruster down, detach early, combine that with a bunny hop into a wall run, gain speed, and it left so many parkour mechanics, and it left you with so many alternative routes to cap flags or get good positioning. Why do I get to see these zip lines in a map like Homestead but not be able to use them? It doesn't make any sense. And the fact that killing a pilot while on a zipline was one of the greatest feelings from Titanfall 1, especially if you did it with Braver. Now, calling in my Titan does not feel like Titanfall 1 either. It doesn't seem to land where I want. I don't seem to have a good grasp of, I'm pointing my gun here, my Titan's gonna land here, I'm gonna crush this Titan, I'm gonna crush this player. It doesn't feel like Titanfall 1 where I can almost guarantee where my Titan would drop based upon where I was aiming. This seems to be missing from Titanfall 2. I don't know if it's just because of the tech test and they're not releasing everything, but it just doesn't feel right, and that needs to be changed. Now, the weapons, I didn't get a chance to use all of the weapons, but I got my baby back, my carbine, and that felt great. I leveled it up over 100, and it felt just like Titanfall 1, which I'm pleased to say was pretty well balanced. Some people are going to cry nerf. Oh, nerf it, it's too good. I don't think it's too good. I think you're being outgunned by the player, not outgunned by the gun. The Kraber works just like Titanfall 1. I'm glad to say they didn't mess with that at all, if not too much. The RE45 auto pistol, also the same. The charge rifle is hilariously easy to use, and I feel like it is completely overpowered. Please fix the charge rifle. The reload time is basically amped all the time. I'd rather snipe with that than any sniper rifle in the game. It doesn't make any sense. Now, it doesn't make any sense. Why does the charge rifle have such a fast recharge rate? Put it back to the way it was in Titanfall 1. Make it difficult to kill pilots with it. That makes the game more fun. When you just dumb it down, I'm gonna run around with a charge rifle and just charge rifle people the whole game. Back to the anti-Titan weapon. Why do I have to choose between my anti-Titan weapon and a sidearm? Why don't I get all three? Why don't I get my primary, my anti-Titan weapon, and my sidearm? Look at any game created in the past, say, 5 years. You always have a sidearm. Why would you change that? Why do I have to choose between the two? I should have all three. It makes no sense to have to pull out my anti-Titan weapon to finish off a player where we're circled up face to face. I need to be able to pull out my pistol, kill him, pull out my anti-Titan weapon, and shoot the Titan that's trying to shoot me in the back. Put it back the way it was. There's no reason for you guys to change that. It doesn't make any sense. Grenades. Huge nerf there to grenades. Now, our grenades definitely needed to be nerfed. I can understand why they were. But did you have to nerf how far I could throw them? I can't cook a grenade and throw it as far as I used to be able to, and it's driving me insane. Trying to throw a grenade through a window and it lands 6 feet in front of the window and I'm throwing like a frickin' girl. I understand the need to take away the damage, but the distance that I can throw it? I don't like that. I'm a big fan of cooking grenades, especially in CTF when somebody's running away and I ran out of bullets and I can lob that grenade with certainty that it's gonna land on that pilot's head and they're gonna explode, saving the day, saving a cap going against my team. Now the game modes we got, Bounty Hunt is the first one. I was not a big fan of at all. Bounty Hunt pretty much sucked in my opinion. It tried to put attrition and make it more competitive. Now maybe this is due to bad teams or whatnot, but it felt like crap. I don't like the idea of only being able to deposit my money after the wave is over. That's so dumb. I should be able to deposit my money anytime that I want, not just when the wave is over. I should also be able to run over to your deposit and kill you when you're trying to deposit your funds and then bring them back to mine. It makes attrition more appealing, and that is so sad. Amped Hardpoint, on the other hand, is definitely an excellent game mode. I'm glad the changes they made there. It's very fun to play, and I'm glad they fixed the Titan timers instead of getting your Titans very into the match. I think that will make it a lot more competitive and a lot more fun. Now, big surprise, Pilot versus Pilot, one game mode I really did not like in Titanfall 1, I absolutely love in Titanfall 2. It was so fun to play 8 vs 8 no Titan. A lot of people will complain that it's, oh, too much like Call of Duty or whatnot. Well, I don't see it like that. I feel like it played like Team Deathmatch always does, and it was definitely refreshing and very fun to play. Maybe it was because of the amount of players getting pub stomped and seeing your score go through the roof, but I had a lot of fun playing Pilot vs Pilot, and I'm very surprised to say the least. In closing, I gotta say I had so much fun playing the tech test this weekend. I can't wait for next weekend to see what's added. I understand they're trying to appeal to new players, and that is great. I mean, without new players, there's nobody to shoot, and the game dies. So I get what they're trying to do with their balancing, but bring back some of the things that absolutely are core to a first-person shooter, especially a game like Titanfall. I think you'll have a great game. If you liked and enjoyed, leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more content from Titanfall 2. I'm going to be making a lot of videos. Keep it locked. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Haight out. GG. No reason.
The art of a good death. Until my very last step. The stereo blast past buried gas for breath. The fact I don't care is an invaluable asset. An infallible flow here, not a challenge I haven't met. Forced to find balance in beats and raw talent. Free speech.